Hare Krishna. The topic of my presentation is Glories of the Holy Name from Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.22 to 6.3.27. Now let us start with the Mangalacharan. Om Agyantimrandasya Gyananjana Sharakya Chakshulmiritam Yena Tasmi Shri Gurve Nam Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutide Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Tadati Sapadantikam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Utpat Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavancha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sargan Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvetam Savadutam Parijan Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sargan Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitangsha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगत गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृक्षमानुस्ते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वांछकतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिनंद स्वामिनी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाशत देश तारणे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी इति नामने प्रभुपाद साहित्य में प्रकाश वित्रज प्रचारम कृतं साधु भगवद्गीताय ते नमः. So it is my opportunity that I'm getting to getting the pleasure of discussing the glories of the holy name. So a big thanks to all the devotees here for listening to my presentation, and I wish to take blessings from all the exalted devotees here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So this topic beautifully explains how one can become free from this topic, how can one can become free from all the sinful reactions simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. And it depicts the story of Ajamila, who committed many sinful reactions after getting involved with a prostitute. But at the time of death, when Yamdutas came out of fear, he called his son Narayana, whom he dearly loved. And at once the Vishnudutas came and released him from the Yamdutas. So the Yamdutas felt very disappointed, as they used to think that Yamraja is the controller of everything. Then at once they went to Yamraja, and they asked him for an explanation. So Yamraja at that moment felt very pleased to hear the holy name of the Lord, as he himself is a Vaishnava. So he told them that the science of Krishna is very difficult to understand, as it is described in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.21. Gum Vishudam Durbudam. Durbudam means very, very difficult to understand. So why it is difficult? Because it is Raj Vidya Raj Guhyam, as it is stated in Bhagavad Gita 9.2. So Raj Vidya Raj Guhyam means it is confidential. So it is not possible to accept Krishna consciousness very easily. It is only possible by the mercy of Krishna. And because it is transcendental, Vishuddham, because it is transcendental, then it can be only possible to understand Lord by the mercy of the Lord. And Vishuddham, it means beyond the range of material atmosphere. So we cannot understand God or religion by our mental speculation. Those who are materialistic, they cannot understand Krishna by themselves. Therefore, we have to approach the Mahajanas. And so therefore, in order to understand Vedic induction, we must approach a bona fide spiritual master who is a pure devotee of the Lord. And why? Because they understand that another name of Krishna or God is Adhokshaja. So it means that Krishna is independent and internal, or beyond the sense perception knowledge. So a bona fide guru, he helps us to understand Krishna and the principles of true religion and God. He tells us that the meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is, O Lord, O energy of the Lord, please engage me in your devotional service. And this is the goal of a life. And in turn, this in turn makes us free from the material world. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.9, Tvakta Deham Punarjanam, which means such person, after giving up his body, does not come into this material world, So, bona fide guru helps in developing love for Godhead. The first step towards understanding God is devotional service of the Lord. How will it begin? As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.22. Etvan evam lokesmin pumsam dharma parasmrita bhakti loga bhagavati dannama grihanadibi. Devotional service or bhakti beginning with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. And it is the ultimate religious principle for the living entity in the society, human society. So, as stated in this verse, Bhagavata Dharma, that is the real religious principles, are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. And what are these principles? The Bhagavata says, Dharma Projita Ketavu, that is in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.2. That is to completely reject all the religious activities which are materially motivated and just concentrate one mind on the activities of the Lord or Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And Srimad Bhagavatam, there is no cheating of these religious systems. So the highest principle of religion is Bhakti Yoga, that is the devotional service. And how Bhakti Yoga begins? It begins with Tan Nama Granadibhi. That is, Tan Nama means his holy name. Granadibhi means beginning of chanting. So such a religious system, it begins with chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Like we say in Shravana Kirtanama, the whole Bhagavatam, therefore, it is based on the teaching that we should increase our Shraddha and love for Harinam. And the Bhagavatam, therefore, further states in 1.2.6, Savai Pumsam Paradharma Parodharmo Savai Pumsam Paradharmo Yado Bhakti Adokshaje. So the supreme religion is that which teaches its followers how to love the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is beyond the reach of experimental knowledge. Chanting the holy name saved Ajamila from death, as stated in Srila Prabhupada's translation, Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.23. My dear servants, who are as good as my sons, just see how glorious is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. The greatly simple Ajamila chanted only to call his son, not knowing that he was chanting the Lord's holy name. Nevertheless, by chanting the holy name of the Lord, he remembered Narayana, and thus he was immediately saved from the ropes of death. So the history of Ajamila is a sufficient proof in showing the power of the Lord, of Lord's holy name, and it tells that the person who chants the holy name is exalted. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in CC Madhya 6.242 stated, Hare Nam, Kevalam, Kalo Naste Evam Naste Evam Naste Evam Tatir Anyatha. So in this age of Kali, no one can perform all the ritualistic ceremonies for becoming liberated. And that is extremely difficult. Therefore, all the Shastras and all the Acharyas have recommended that in this age of Kali, one should chant the holy name of the Lord. How do I practice this concept in my life? So, like when my son was born, both of us decided to name our son as Keshav so that we can keep calling Lord's name and get purified. So, another incident which is coming to my mind is that when I first came to ISKCON, I used to get very upset in small issues. So I asked my senior devotees, how should I overcome them? So they advised me to come to Mangala Aarti and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra to say the holy name of the Lord. Gradually, as I started chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I was able to overcome my shortfalls to some extent. And I tried to chant the holy name of the Lord attentively. And before every round, I take the blessings of Panchtattva, Namalacharya Haridas Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, and Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And then I take the blessings of all the exalted devotees present there. In fact, in the morning, I look forward to chanting my rounds as it gives me immense pleasure and satisfaction. And I also try to remember the pastimes of the Lord while chanting. It gives me a lot of satisfaction. And then I try to speculate on my drawbacks in my chanting and beg Tulsi Maharani to help me improve my chanting. And I try to associate with the devotees as much as possible and discuss the pastime with them. So while cooking also, I keep on chanting the name of the Lord. And while going on the road, I greet everyone with Hare Krishna. I do stall preaching through which I preach the newcomers coming to the temple to chant the holy name of the Lord, and I tell them significance of chanting. But before telling them the significance of chanting and importance of chanting, I usually ask people, "Do you wish to be happy in life?" They say yes, and if yes, then do chanting, and it will give you peace, happiness, and you will develop love towards Godhead, and then all your miseries in life will end and you will be free from repeated birth and death. I tell them that a person who chants Hare Krishna develops all the good qualities, and then I teach them how to chant. And at home also, I encourage and motivate my neighbors to chant the holy name of the Lord. And I regularly do Sankirtan at home with my children. So, chanting the holy name will relieve one from sinful reaction, as it is stated in Srila Prabhupada's translation of Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.24. Therefore, it should be understood that one is easily relieved from all the sinful reactions by chanting the holy name of the Lord and chanting his qualities and activities. This is only this is the only process recommended for relief from sinful reactions. Even if one chants the holy name of the Lord with proper pronunciation, he will achieve relief from the material bondage if he chants without offenses. So Ajamila, for example, was extremely sinful, but while dying, he merely chanted the holy name, and although calling his son, he achieved complete liberation because he remembered the name of Narayana. Sorry. So Haridas Thakur, he said that simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can be liberated, even if one does not chant completely inoffensively. And Prabhupada, he also says that in one of his lectures of Bhagavatam, that sometimes yogi doing tapasya for many years, they do not get the inclination towards Krishna as a person doing sincere chanting for few years. And by doing sincere chanting, um, he is able to feel about the extraordinary, wonderful activities, the name of the Lord, these pastimes he's able to feel. And when he feels those he meditates on those activities, he develops pure love towards God and he is able to please the Lord. So though Ajamila, he chanted the name of Narayana imperfectly, he was delivered from all the sinful reactions. And the chanting of the holy name is so auspicious that it can free you for everyone from the reactions of the sinful activities. So one must understand that one should not continue to do sins with the intention of chanting Hare Krishna to neutralize the reactions. Rather, one should be very uh, careful to be free from all the sins and never think of counteracting sinful reactions by chanting the Hare Krishna Mantra. And for this, it is another offense. So if by chance a devotee is accidentally performs some sinful activity, the Lord will excuse him, but one should not intentionally perform the sinful acts. So Ajamila chanting was inoffensive. Why? Because he did not chant the name of Narayana with the purpose of counteracting or neutralizing the sins. Thus, he did not commit a namaprada. And his repeated chanting of the holy name Narayana while calling his name, his son, may be called pure chanting. So Ajamila unconsciously accumulated the results of bhakti. And Ajamila, devotional service, grew little by little, and therefore, although he committed many sins, his reactions did not affect him. Prabhupada quotes an analogy: if one extracts the poison fangs of a serpent, this saves the serpent's future victims from poisonous effects, even if the serpent bites repeatedly. Similarly, if a devotee chants the holy name, even once inoffensively, this protects him eternally and will develop love for Krishna. So by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one will sincerely be delivered from the clutches of Maya and by the grace of this. So Prabhupada, he further quotes in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.31 Tasmat Sankirtanam Vismor Jagan Mangalam Amhasam Mahatam Api Korvaya Vidhi Ekantika Nishkritam. So one becomes free from all the sinful reactions if one chants day and night. How should we increase our faith in God? Faith in Krishna. So by hearing in one of the lectures by Rukmini Krishna Prabhuji, I heard the 4 stages of hearing. They are attraction. By hearing from the bona fide Guru about the glories of the Lord, it leads to attraction for the Krishna, which leads to attraction for the holy name and attention. After understanding the truth that Krishna is the ultimate doer, we develop, focus our mind basically for attentive chanting and chanting carefully. And then absorption comes, means fully occupy our mind and saturate the mind with pure love of Krishna, which will increase our love for chanting. And then affection comes. First absorption comes, they fully occupy the mind, and then affection comes. That is, we develop pure love for Krishna, which will increase our love in chanting. So chanting Hare Krishna, Mahamantra, it begins with the cleansing process and of the heart. And then when a heart will be empty, then only there'll be room for Krishna to enter. And then we will be able to chant perfectly. So now the question arises, if the highest success is easily achieved through chanting the holy name, why don't the learned teach this? The answer is in purport for Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.25. So chanting is a soul medicine for liberation of the human being. The great leaders of religious principles, without knowing the significance of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, take to so many troublesome multi-ritualistic ceremonies. The real purpose of studying the Vedas is to develop the love for Godhead. Unfortunately, unintelligent people, bewildered by the grandeur of Vedic yagnas, want to see gorgeous sacrifice performed. So, like Srila Prabhupada, in one of his lectures, he quoted that sometimes we have to observe the Vedic ceremonies to please such an unintelligent men. Like Prabhupada gave an example by saying that when he established Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan, he performed Vedic rituals by Brahmanas because the inhabitants of Brahmana, they would not accept the Europeans and the Americans as bona fide gurus. So therefore, he had to perform costly yagnas. So in spite of these yagnas, the members of the ISKCON society, they performed Sankirtana loudly with mridangas. And see, Srila Prabhupada still he considered Sankirtana more important than the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies and the heavenly planets. Whereas, these ceremonies were meant for people interested in the Vedic rituals, for elevation to the heavenly planets. Whereas the Sankirtana was meant for the pure devotees who were interested in pleasing the Supreme Personality of God. So, Madhavendra Puri, he used to say that chanting the holy name is sufficient for going back to Godhead. But Srila Jiva Goswami, he used to say that although Sankirtana is insufficient for the perfection of life, worship of the deity in the temple must continue in order to, so that the devotee may remain clean and pure. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said that both the process should be followed simultaneously. So Srila Prabhupada, he was so compassionate towards everyone. Therefore, he left his comfort zone in India and he went abroad and he converted all the hippies to Krishna consciousness devotees through Sankirtana. So Srila Prabhupada, he had full faith in Sankirtana and he established ISKCON, which is a Krishna conscious society. And he wanted to make each and every person of the world Krishna conscious. And that is why in ISKCON, as per the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, daily Sankirtanas are held inside and outside the temple throughout the year all over the world. So Srila Prabhupada, he says that especially in the age of Kali, Sankirtana alone is sufficient. But to keep oneself clean in habits and mind, deity worship and other regulative principles are required. How should we do Sankirtana? The question arises. By chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra inoffensively and enthusiastically. This will not only purify us, but also purify others and develop love for God. So Rupa Goswami, he also confirmed this, that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna, you can get relief from all kinds of performances of ritualistic ceremonies. And Prabhupada, he also stated that the world is full of sorrows, as it is stated in Bhagavad Gita 8.15, Dukhalam Ashashvatam. So by singing the glories of the Lord, only then it is the only remedy to transfer everyone and make them happy. So therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he converted many people by Sankirtana and made them devotees. Even Nityanand Prabhu, he changed Jagai Madai from demons to devotees by preaching them the significance of the holy name. One becomes pious by chanting the holy name of the Lord, as it is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.17. Shrinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punar Shravana Kirtana. That is, if someone has the urge of listening and chanting Krishna's name, his heart will be cleansed. And even if he understands a small amount of it, still he will become pious. Like simply the holy sound will make his heart pure. Just like when Kirtana is going on, all the insects, flies, and animals hearing the holy name of the Lord will get purified. So I heard in one of the lectures that Srila Prabhupada used to give that we should chant from our mouth, hear from our ear, and cry from our heart, just like a child cries. And then a bhav and the love for the Lord will come. And then we'll be able to connect to the Lord. And this way, we will be able to chant properly and attentively. So even if a devotee commits mistake, he is protected by the Lord, as it is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.26. Translation. Intelligent men decide to solve all problems by adopting the devotional service of chanting the holy name of the Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart and who is a mind of all auspicious qualities. Such persons are not within my jurisdiction for punishment. Generally, they never commit sinful activities, but even if by mistake and because of bewilderment or illusion, they sometimes commit sinful acts, they are protected from sinful reactions because they always chant the Hare Krishna mantra. So even if one who is not a great scholar can understand the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, can become a pure devotee of the Lord. No, and it is he is engaged in the service of the Lord, not as a matter of show, but with love. A devotee, while chanting Hare Krishna, comes into a static point and gradually develops love for Godhead. And so one should associate with other devotees also in order to improve one's chanting. A devotee engrossed in the name of the Lord is automatically blessed with the good qualities of the Lord. Like, for example, Prabhupada gives an example of Arjuna. In spite of being insulted, he was so ready to he was not ready to kill his kinsman. So, although he was very much insulted, still he was thinking that what is the use of killing my family members? Let them enjoy the kingdom. I shall better beg and live. He was always thinking of Krishna and obeyed his instruction as it is. He was thinking in such a way because he was a devotee of the Lord. A devotee always chants the name of the Lord. And by chanting the name of the Lord, he develops all the good qualities. Like he becomes more patient, more tolerant, more merciful, and friendly to all. Such a devotee is unattached by the material surroundings. And Prabhupada, he also quotes an analogy, just like a man suffering from fever decreases the degree of fever, he becomes healthy. Similarly, with the increase of a degree of devotional service, naturally, all the good qualities that is constitutionally existing in a pure soul being part and parcel, it is naturally very pure. Prabhupada, in one more analogy, says that the Vedas says even when the soul is within the material existence, it is separate. So he explains it with this analogy, like just like if you put a drop of water on oil in the water, it does not mix, although it is in the water. Similarly, the spirit soul is part and parcel of the Lord Krishna. Although in the material world, he does not mix. So to explain it, we can say that just like you can pick up a spot of oil floating in the water by some process immediately. Similarly, by Bhakti Yoga process, although spirit soul is floating in this material world, in this material ocean, he can be picked up immediately. So it means that generally the devotee does not do anything which is sinful, but accidentally and unconsciously, if the if he does, because he's engaged in chanting or or the devotion service of the Lord, there is no sinful reactions on his life. Simply by becoming Krishna devotee, one's life becomes successful. So one becomes well protected and transcendental. Immediately, if one chants the holy name of the Lord inoffensively. So chanting the whole name of the Lord will increase our faith in the Lord. And the devotees who have surrendered onto the lotus feet of the Lord, they constantly chant the holy name of the Lord, are praised even by the demigods and the residents of Siddhaloka. So Yamraja tells the Yamdutas that one who has taken to the devotional service of chanting carefully are not punished, even if they commit some mistake or sinful, they do some sin, they are not under my jurisdiction. They are under Krishna's jurisdiction. So if one is engaged in devotional service and if one unintentionally commits some mistake, and if because one is chanting the glories of the Lord, and if he is repentant, one is executed. He is excused, and will be elevated to one's original position. So devotee who is fully surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped by Devaloka. Yamraj's warning to his Yamdutas, as stated in the purport of Srila Prabhupada in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.27, says Yamraja warned servants to in future not to disturb the devotees, as devotees are exalted and transcendental. And Srila Prabhupada, in one of the lectures, gave an example of Gopis. He said that sometimes Gopi used to accuse Krishna as ungrateful cheats. But these pure devotees, these are the pure devotees of the Lord. So they can't say anything to them. We should not say anything to them. So as a devotee is always observed in the thoughts of Krishna while chanting. Similarly, Krishna is also observed in the thoughts of his devotees. Though Krishna became absent from Vrindavan, still gopis were always observed in the thoughts of Krishna. So when Krishna was present in Vrindavan, then also they were at that time also. So therefore, it is said that Krishna cannot go out of Vrindavan. And gopis are always thinking about them, though physically he is not present. Similarly, if you think of Krishna and if you are a pure devotee of the Lord, then Krishna will always be with you. So those devotees are so respectable and exalted that Lord Vishnu personally protects them with a club in his hand. Therefore, Yamraja instructs Yamdutas that that regardless of what they have done, henceforward don't approach such devotees. Otherwise, they will be killed by the club of Lord Vishnu. So even if Yamraja or Brahma himself were to punish them, then Lord Vishnu would punish the Yamraja or Brahma. Therefore, a devotee knows that if he is fully surrendered to the Lord, if there is some punishment from the side of Krishna, he accepts it by the mercy of Krishna. So the takeaways of the presentation are: the eternal duty of human being is to serve Krishna and do attentive chanting. Essence of bhakti or devotional service is chanting the holy name of the Lord. To learn how to chant, we need a bona fide guru, as he can help you in developing the love for Krishna. And it is by the mercy of Guru and the Lord that one can achieve liberation. Lord form, pastimes, and activities are revealed by chanting the name of the Lord. And by hearing, one develops attraction and faith towards Krishna. Attraction will lead to love for Krishna and the Lord. And the more we will chant the holy name of Krishna with faith, the more we understand Krishna. The holy sound of chanting the Maha Mantra will make the heart pure. And in the age of Kali, Sankirtana is the gateway of the Lord. And even if one chants the holy name of the Lord with improper pronunciation, he will achieve relief from the material bondage. He chants without offenses. That is very important, without offenses. So one who is not a great scholar can understand the Lord by sincerely chanting the name of the Lord. So simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one is immediately saved from the ropes of death. And as a devotee is always observed in the thoughts of Krishna while chanting, similarly, Krishna is also observed in the thoughts of his devotee. So one becomes well protected by the Lord and transcendental by chanting the holy name of the Lord inoffensively. And such exalted devotees cannot be punished by Bhagavad. So with this, I end my presentation. And as Prabhupada says, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you for listening to my lecture. And now I would request all the exalted devotees present here to ask me the questions so that I can improve myself and I can purify myself. Hare Krishna. Mataji.
You can stop the slide share.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
The question, can I ask a question?
Yes, Mataji. Please carry on.
Mataji, there was a slide where you were mentioning that Ajamila was saved from death. But we saw Ajamila dying after that also.
Yeah, he was, once he was saved from death. Just one yes, Mataji, he was saved from death.
Saved from death, no.
Excuse me, can you
saved from death? No.
Can you actually, Mataji, the phone was ringing. Can you please? I'm sorry. Please answer.
My question is, how Ajamila saved from death?
Okay, how was he saved? Okay, Mataji, like when Yamdutas came to take him to the Lord, because take him to Yamraja because he had done many sinful acts. So he chanted the name of Narayana, which was his son's name. And at that,
my question is not related to this event where Ajamila was saved from death, but again he died.
Yeah.
After that also he died.
But what I meant was that once he was saved from death, and then after that he in fact did austerities, and he chanted the name of the Lord attentively, because no one is more. I mean, everyone has to die. So once he was saved from
death. Why the commentary that he is saved from death is my question.
Yeah, that is it, Mataji. Once he was saved from death, but the next time naturally everyone has to die. So he died, but he went to he went to Vaikuntha. Right, Mataji. So that way. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you, Mataji. Am I able to answer the question nicely? Am I able to clear your doubts?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. May I request Sachidanarayan Das Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danda Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danda Pranam.
Presented on chanting of holy name. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. You are audible.
Yes. Yep. Very nicely presented on chanting of holy name. And the process is very simple. My question is, although the holy name, chanting of holy name is so simple, but people are accepting the hardest pathway and not accepting the simple way, the chanting of holy name. So can you, what is your take on this?
Yes, Prabhuji. Actually, people, they don't, they are so contaminated in this world and they don't have the desire to love God, to go back to God. That is the problem. Like, like suppose if you want to have the desire to build a big house, then naturally you will take all the steps to build a new house. You will get up early. You will you will see to it that you earn a lot so that you can build a big house, and you will take up all the things which help you in building up big house. Whereas if you want to chant properly, first you should have the desire to love God and go back to Godhead. So by that desire, if you have that desire, then you will do all the things which help you to chant properly, like, and to develop that love of Godhead. For example, you will read Srimad Bhagavatam, you will associate with devotees, you will eat prasadam, and you will do all the things which will help you chant properly, because by chanting only you can go back to God, right? So that way, if you have, like, suppose if your heart is full of material contamination, then you will not go back to God. Whereas if you have love for God, your heart is empty, then only you will fill in that love for God. For example, I can give you one more example, is like if your flask, it is full of mud water, right? And you have a tap uh, at the end of it. And suppose if you open the tap, first mud water will come, right? Because it is filled with material contamination. Whereas if you fill in that tap water from above, slowly the mud water will flow out, and then tap water will come in. In the same way, if you have the desire for God and you practicing all the regulative principles, and you are reading Bhagavatam and doing all the things which are good, which will go a long way in attentive chanting, then slowly you will develop that attentive chanting attitude and love for God, and then you will be filled with all the good qualities, and then you can go back to God. So first thing is you should empty your heart, and then only Krishna will enter, and from where he'll enter? From your air. So for that, hearing is important. And then your attraction and affection, attraction, attention, absorption, and affection comes. So this way you can improve your chanting and love for God. So Prabhuji, am I able to answer your question nicely? Am I able to solve your doubt?
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, may I request Sri Ram Nitai Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
It's nice topic that you chosen.
Prabhuji, you're not, sorry Prabhuji, you're not audible. Your voice is breaking. Still, Prabhuji, your voice is breaking. Please, can you? No, Prabhuji. Okay. Prabhuji, if don't, still it is breaking, what should I do? Should I ask Geeta Indulekha Mataji, and you can ask
Prabhu,
me
you can
about?
put your question in the chat box because your voice is breaking. Mataji can't hear.
Yes.
You can proceed with Geeta Indulekha Mataji by the time he types.
Yes, Mataji, thank you. May I ask, request Geeta Indulekha Mataji to ask a question?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thanks for the nice presentation.
Thank you.
Mataji, my question is, in one of your slides you mentioned that chanting one develops all good qualities of Lord. By chanting one develops all good qualities of Lord.
Yes,
so, like we are chanting, and God has numerous qualities, and mostly we say there are 64 qualities. So, will we develop all of them?
No, it depends on how you chant. Like, no, we can't. That is, Lord is a dosha. He's eternal. I mean, we can't compare ourselves with him. We can't do it. But like, if we develop, like for example, we ask our devotees, okay, devotees, please, exalted devotees, please bless us, so that even if you bless us, little part of your if you bless us, the little part of your good qualities will come into us. In the same way, we pray to God, oh Lord, please bless us. Even if we have one small karma, that you say, small part of the soil if you have in our heart, I mean, is good qualities if we have, then we'll have so much of ample, so many qualities in us, because Lord's qualities are endless. So we, at least if we have that small amount of quality, then we'll have that ample amount of quality so that we can go back to Godhead. So that is why we say we develop good qualities of God, good qualities by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra attentive. So am I able to solve your query, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, thanks a lot. Thank you very much for the nice answer.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, may I ask Sarup Krishna Das Prabhuji?
Mataji, Sriram Prabhu's question is in the chat box.
Okay, Mataji. Can I ask answer his question? Sarup Prabhuji, then I can answer. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Yes, Prabhuji. Carry on. Yes, Prabhuji. Sarup Krishna Prabhuji, please.
I will. All right. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, wonderful presentation. That slide where you mentioned about 4 levels of hearing really attracted. And like attraction, attention, attraction, attention, then absorption and affection. Now, I mean, we know about this levels of processes of devotional service in which we talk about nishtha, then ruchi, asakti, bhava, and prema. Looks like they are related to this. There is one level which is attachment. Should we also add attachment to these levels of hearing?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can. Naturally, when you get attracted to something, you get attached. Naturally, it is simultaneously goes together. Like, for example, when you get attraction, like gopis, they got attracted towards Krishna. So simultaneously attachment developed. So if you get attracted to a thing, suppose, for example, I gave of if you want a big house, or suppose if you want if you want to get an IAS, you want to become an IAS. So you want to get attached to the thing. Suppose if you want a good girl, like if you love a girl, you naturally you'll get attracted to it, and at the same time you will develop attachment also, and then you will start giving her attention, and then your mind will be focused in her, always occupied in her thoughts, and then you will start loving that girl. So in the same way, you can say, of course, the attachment goes with attraction. That's it.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, can I read the question of Prabhuji? If you ask me.
Please, Mataji.
Any practical suggestion on how to improve chanting based on your personal experience? Yes, Prabhuji. As I said, that like if you want to increase my practical suggestion, that if first of all we should develop the desire to love, and we should take the blessings of the Lord, Lord and Guru and Gauranga, because without their blessings nothing is possible. Even if you keep on doing, suppose for example, if why do you go to school? You go to school to study from the teacher. So if actually you have so many books, but you go to school, you want to study from so that teacher, by studying from the teacher, you get that knowledge very easily. You can easily understand it. So therefore, the Guru and Gauranga, if you have the blessings, naturally you will you will improve your chanting, and then you should hear, and by hearing, like four principles which I said of hearing is attraction, attention, absorption, and affection will develop. It naturally comes. So this way, and practical session, like I always, keep on meditating on Lord's name, and I keep on seeing what are the drawbacks in meditating, what I do. So then I worship Tulsi Maharani and ask her for blessings. And that way I keep on by speculation and by constant attentive chanting, I improve my chanting. That is it. So that way, Shriamritai Prabhuji, I think your answer will be, your query will be solved. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
You can end, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you, Krishna, all devotees. Thank you, all the exalted devotees here. So main thing is that if a devotee is observed in the thoughts of Krishna all the time, Krishna will automatically be observed. Like, for example, a mother. If a child calls a mother all the time, mother is bound to come to her and help her and be with her. So that is the main thing. We have left Krishna. We don't want. We are so engrossed in this material contamination that we don't want to go back to Godhead. That if we have that particular love for Godhead, then only we'll be going back to Godhead, and then God will also protect us. With that, I conclude this presentation. Hare Krishna. Thank you all.